Welcome back, Royal Sussex Squad family. It is so wonderful to see you gathered again, ready for truth, dignity and real insight into the world of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. You know we are here not only to celebrate their achievements, their grace and the light they bring to the world, but also to challenge the toxic narrative constantly being pushed by those who simply can't handle their integrity, happiness and influence. And today we have a story that beautifully demonstrates their continued rise, their global relevance, and the reality that they move with power and confidence in spaces the world's elite respect and admire. Despite years of the British tabloid machine trying and failing to tear them down, Harry and Meghan are thriving, deeply connected, and at the centre of a social world that respects their presence, their brand, and their humanity. On November 8th, in glamorous Beverly Hills, Harry and Meghan attended none other than Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party, a star-studded James Bond-themed celebration hosted at Jeff Bezos's legendary $165 million mansion. Let's pause there. This isn't some casual dinner, not a small mixer, not a private backyard barbecue. This is the inner circle, the nerve centre of modern American influence. Hollywood power, Silicon Valley wealth, music royalty, TV icons, CEOs, cultural tastemakers. And right there in the middle were Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, as effortlessly at home as any of them. And why wouldn't they be? They remain one of the world's most famous, most watched and most impactful couples. No matter how desperately the British tabloids try to claim otherwise, Harry and Meghan are respected, admired and, yes, welcomed by the biggest names in entertainment, business and media. Meghan arrived looking absolutely stunning in sophisticated black, a long-sleeved top, matching full-length skirt, peep-toe heels, velvet purse and sparkling drop earrings. True elegance, timeless, classy and effortlessly fashionable. The kind of presence that never tries too hard because it doesn't need to. Meghan has that rare quality where she elevates a room just by being in it. And beside her, Prince Harry, our Duke, embodying confidence and dignity. Dressed in a tuxedo, bow tie, and proudly wearing the poppy in remembrance. A quiet but powerful reminder that this is a man who served his country with honour and continues to uphold his values even when the very institution he was born into didn't uphold him. Seeing Harry and Meghan hand in hand at such a high-profile celebration is a reminder that love, real love, persists regardless of noise, jealousy or hate. They are a team. They show up together. They move together. And the world sees it. Of course, you know how the media works. If Harry and Meghan show up somewhere, the temperature in certain newsrooms rises. The bitterness bubbles. The forced stories roll out. They can't stand that Harry and Meghan remain socially powerful, popular and completely self-reliant. But their presence at this event wasn't random. It reflects real relationships, real social proximity, real respect. Meghan has been connected to the Kardashian-Jenner family for years, not in the hollow tabloid rumour sense. In real ways, genuine gifting, thoughtful exchanges, warm acknowledgement. Earlier this year, Meghan sent Kris Jenner products from her As Ever brand, including a crate of rosé that Kris happily shared on Instagram, thanking Meghan with heart emojis. That's not superficial. That's personal acknowledgement, that's appreciation, that's friendship. And Meghan didn't stop there. Khloe Kardashian also received a gorgeous curated basket, wine, jams, flowers, vegetables, the kind of intentional, thoughtful selection that reflects Meghan's unique approach to lifestyle branding. Warmth, hospitality, connection. The Kardashians received these gifts with joy and public enthusiasm because Meghan knows how to build relationships. This is what the tabloids never want to talk about. Meghan has real relationships, real friendships, real influence. Not forced, not arranged, not transactional, real. KRIS and Meghan also share mutual friends. Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King, longtime supporters of the Sussexes who also attended the birthday celebration. That's a powerful statement. Meghan and Harry sit among storytellers, philanthropists, billionaires, media moguls, business minds, cultural shapers. They are respected in those spaces. But the guest list only further highlights the scale of this moment. Justin Bieber, Mariah Carey, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Martha Stewart, Snoop Dogg, Kim, Kendall, Kylie, Babyface, Tyler Perry, and more. Yes, Tyler Perry, the very man whose compassion and generosity helped protect Harry and Meghan when the UK establishment abandoned them. These aren't casual acquaintances. These are people with real connection and history with the Sussexes. You don't get invited to this kind of event, at Jeff Bezos's mansion, surrounded by the highest levels of cultural and financial influence. Unless you belong there. You don't attend casually. It's invitation only at the highest level. And Harry and Meghan were invited, because they are relevant, respected and admired. Let's imagine the scene. A gorgeous Bond-themed venue draped in silver, gold and deep dramatic colour. Guests in glamorous gowns, tailored suits and dazzling jewellery, music rising, laughter spilling into the air, photographers flashing, every corner of the space shimmering with opulence. And in the midst of that, Harry and Meghan moving with calm confidence, warm smiles, hand in hand. It symbolises something larger, the new chapter of their lives, rooted in community, partnership, independence, and global relevance. They are no longer confined to the rigid, outdated structures of the British monarchy. They've stepped into a world where they choose their circles, build authentic relationships, and use their platforms on their own terms. And what does the British media do? They twist themselves into a pretzel, trying to minimise moments that prove their entire narrative wrong. They're irrelevant, they claim, as Harry and Meghan walk into a room full of the most powerful people on earth. They have no influence, they say, while billionaires and icons invite them personally. They're isolated, they insist, while Harry and Meghan are embraced by the most influential names in entertainment, tech and philanthropy. It would be funny if it weren't so desperate. But here's the truth. The more Harry and Meghan thrive, the more the haters expose themselves. Their bitterness becomes more obvious, their lies become weaker, and their jealousy becomes louder. Harry and Meghan left a toxic environment that refused to protect them, and they have flourished, personally, professionally, socially. They have built a life for their children rooted in love, safety, opportunity, and freedom. The very things Harry himself never had growing up. This moment at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday is bigger than a celebration. It is symbolic. It is a demonstration of alignment, moving from a system that never valued Meghan into networks that celebrate her. Leaving a world that tried to silence Harry for speaking truth into spaces that welcome and honour his voice. Their journey is not only inspirational, it's revolutionary. And let's look at Meghan's as ever brand appearing throughout this story. Organically, warmly, meaningfully. This is marketing without the noise, branding without the desperation, authenticity that resonates. She is redefining the lifestyle space her way, quietly but powerfully. The Kardashians and Jenners, one of the most influential families in global commerce and pop culture. Publicly embracing Meghan's products signals something important. She is accepted in the higher circles. Her brand is respected. Her taste is admired, and the British media can scream, whine, spin, distort, but the truth is visible. Meghan has grown beyond their reach. Her life is not defined by their tantrums. She is creating a network of global relationships built on mutual respect and shared values. And Harry, always by her side, stands as the embodiment of loyalty, love, and courage. His presence in that tuxedo, poppy pinned proudly, hand in Meghan's hand, says everything. He honours his history while boldly shaping his future. He refuses to be boxed in by old systems. And now he stands among people who see him as a human, not a symbol, not a puppet. Let's talk about the confidence they must have walked in with, not because they seek attention, but because they know who they are. Their value is not determined by institutions. It is not measured by titles. Their worth comes from their humanity, their compassion, their authenticity. And this brings me to a larger point. The British tabloids love to claim that Harry and Meghan don't have real friends. Yet here they are, welcomed into intimate gatherings with some of the world's most influential and supportive individuals. What do the critics have to say now? Nothing credible. Only jealousy disguised as commentary. They simply cannot accept that Harry and Meghan's happiness is genuine, that their success is earned, and that their voices matter. And while their critics continue arguing online, Meghan is out here connecting with business leaders, entertainers, mothers, creators, and innovators. Harry continues supporting veterans, mental health, and global communities. They are building something lasting, something rooted in purpose. Meanwhile, what are their detractors doing? Recycling the same tired negativity. Trying kind to my modern monies. Paises hate because they have nothing meaningful to offer. Seeing Harry and Meghan welcomed at Kris Jenner's celebration reaffirms what the world already knows. They are part of a community of powerful, influential people who respect them. Anyone claiming otherwise is simply revealing their bias. This moment is also interesting because it shows Meghan navigating a world where women support women. Kris, Gail, Oprah, Chloe, these are women who recognise Meghan's value, who see her strength, her creativity, her heart. They are not threatened by her. They embrace her. And that scares the British media to death, because they thrive on narratives of isolation and division. But Meghan is not isolated. Meghan is not excluded. Meghan is not struggling. She is supported, embraced and uplifted. And Harry, by breaking away from a system that wanted him silent, controlled and suffering, is now able to thrive alongside her. That is victory. That is healing. That is transformation. We should also note how elegantly and quietly Harry and Meghan navigate their social lives. They are not forcing their way into events. They are being invited. They are not bragging about access. They are simply present. They are not performing. They are just themselves. They don't need the world to validate them. Their presence alone is validation. And let's be real, the Kardashians don't align themselves with irrelevant people. Oprah doesn't align herself with irrelevant people. Jeff Bezos doesn't host irrelevant people. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't share spaces with irrelevant people. Mariah Carey, Tyler Perry, Bill Gates, these are not casual names. Harry and Meghan are operating at the highest table. This sends a ripple, a shockwave, tearing apart the narrative that leaving royal duties meant losing significance. The only thing they lost was a toxic cage. Everything after that has been elevation. And this is precisely why their detractors are panicking. Because every time Harry and Meghan show up in a room full of power, the truth becomes undeniable. They are free, they are respected, they are thriving, and they're not going anywhere. So, as we look at this glamorous night, Kris Jenner turning 70, surrounded by family, friends, greatness, Harry and Meghan stood tall, relaxed, joyful. A couple in love, a couple at peace, a couple united. And they looked right at home, because they were. As always, Royal Sussex Squad family, thank you for being here, supporting truth, fairness, and positive storytelling. You are the heartbeat of this movement. Before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new episode where we celebrate Harry and Meghan, uplift their legacy, and shut down toxic narratives with facts, honesty, and strength. And if you'd like to support the channel, please consider contributing through Super Thanks. Every gift helps us continue bringing you high-quality content that uplifts and inspires. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of this global community of truth-tellers and defenders of dignity. Until next time, stay proud, stay loud, and stay Royal Sussex Squad strong.